by installing your game plan.
Nice job last week. I hope you're ready to take the training wheels off because we're giving you 3 full quarters. Build on last week. Keep improving. We'll be using the game film. Okay.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the New York Giants. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
First down, Parsons. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Russell Shepard, 27 yards, and the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
We didn't get the... Seriously, we didn't get the field goal?
Off play action. Parsons. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Even though he's a 4th rounder, I think he might have a chance to play and prove that, hey, I could have been taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen so many times now, guys who go lower in the draft, undrafted free agents that become big-time players, Pro Bowl players. So you never know. 4th-round pick has a chance to be a really good player.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody go. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 32 that time. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone, I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 6-3 is our score after one. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready? 52. You better be afraid of me. You better.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Giants add on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown.
Set, ready? 10 logo. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Set.
Off the play fake. Parsons looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's got it, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown, and the Giants are able to grow their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
For that one, yeah, but for one, it's just laying in there and nobody touched you. I don't think that pylon things way. Yeah.
Here we go. 15, Ronnie. 15, Ronnie. Ready?
Off play action. Parsons finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
On the ready.
52, right 52. All day, dog. Double time, double time. We got 4. Let's go.
It's Barkley on the counter. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter. What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the...
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
I should give it to somebody else.
Here we go, here we go. 60 outlaw. 3 triple.
They begin with a run by Barkley. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Open man right side is Ingram. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in. And New York set to take the field. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On the run, it's Barkley. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Looking to throw. Parsons. He's got his man on the crossing route. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Parsons. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
What? Try run, see how Goldman does.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is a little tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd down.
That's
Too big for you. Let's go. 10 logo. 57 to Mike. Squeeze, double. Now.
Off play action. Parsons. He's going to go for a big play. And got his man complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 34. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? That these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.
I think you start really young now. These quarterback coaches, they play against a better competition. They go to camps across the country. Then they play big-time games in college. So when they get to the NFL, it's not quite the same, how would you say it, pressure that they felt in years past. And these kids just go out and perform.
And keep in mind, he led them to a road victory here, even more impressive. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Let's update this. Pretty good game this week. I love touchdowns, but you know what I love more? A big 0 in the interception column. We got one more preseason game next week, and I think you're gonna take it easy. I'll fill you in, okay? My God.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
I've always loved you. That's why I drafted you. I always expected you had the talent to compete to this level. As I was right, after viewing a film from the last 3 games, I think you've given us the best chance to win this year. People are gonna think we're crazy for naming a last round rookie, a stone pullback. The next 17 weeks will either prove them wrong. Championships. Anything less than that,